Welcome back to Green Tiger Claw Productions, and welcome to another video review. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I think my last subject was digivolving, rapid Gargomon to Rapidmon. So, our last subject was a transforming figure that, wasn't a transformer. But we're kind of doing that again. We're kind of taking a look at once again, a transforming figure that's not a transformer. But we're diving back into the world of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Specifically, we're having a look at this guy. This is Tales of the TMNT, Mutations, Raphael. Tales of the TMNT. It's kind of the animated series follow-up to what is it? Mutant Mayhem, the latest movie, which I still haven't seen, don't care to see, don't want to see. I haven't seen Tales of the TMNT either, because honestly, it doesn't look like my cup of tea. Tales of the TMNT is actually getting canned, by the way. Just so you this. What I do find interesting, though, is it's on Netflix, which I find kind of interesting. I would think it'd be a Paramount Plus exclusive, especially since, the whole deal with, Netflix buying Warner Brothers and all that. But anyway, Mutations, Raphael. Playmates does this kind of deal once in a while. They make these mutation figures, which they're really more like Transformers, where they have these mutating figures. They did it back in 87. They did it back in 03. They did it back in 2012. They would have done it, I presume, with Rise of the TMNT if that series wasn't as short-lived as it was. And now they're doing it here. I just thought I'd take a look at this guy because this is sort of the end of an era for TMNT, specifically for Playmates, because a fair bit back, after Christmas, actually, Playmates announced that they are letting go of the TMNT license. Playmates is just they're letting it go. They're at this point we don't know who will be in the helm now. But I've always known Playmates as the Ninja Turtle people, but they're not going to be the Ninja Turtle people anymore. I'm not sure who it's going to go to. I know some fans probably don't want to hear me say this, but probably Hasbro. Hasbro are the Transformers people, So, I hear Hasbro does well with Marvel Legends. So, if they got TMNT, you know, maybe. Uh, but seeing how poorly they treated Power Rangers, mm, they actually handed off Power Rangers to Playmates. Actually, so it's kind of odd with that happening. Yeah, but as of right now, we don't know who TMNT is going to, but it's not going to be Playmates anymore. So, not knowing Playmates as the Ninja Turtle people anymore, that's going to be strange. It's going to be weird. But yeah, um, so yeah, I'm kind of doing this review as kind of a last hurrah, if you will. But you know, whoever TMNT goes to, like, you know, I have my fingers crossed they'll treat the property with respect. But anyway, yeah. So this is Mutations Raphael. Yeah. I always like these kind of figures. Kind of makes me want to hop on eBay and pick up some of the older mutation figures. Like I just really like this idea, and I hope whoever the license goes to next, I hope they do it too. You know, I kind of hope it goes to Hasbro, because I'll be honest with you, because you know, this is kind of a Transformer, and Hasbro are the Transformers people. But you know, getting back on subject, I always like these kind of figures. I think they're really neat. Once again, this is not a new idea. TMNT has done, you know, Playmates in the past have done. Once again, they've done this idea, you know, kind of a little pet turtle that transforms into a Ninja Turtle. And you know, they've done it. They did it back in '87. They did it back in '03. They did it back in 2012, and now they're doing it here. Yeah. This one's a bit different than the ones that have come out recently, or not recently. What am I talking about? Than some of the older versions of this little gimmick here. Yeah. It kind of makes me want to. Once again, it kind of makes me want to hop on eBay and, you know, pick up some of the older ones, like some of the one of the one of the '03 ones, or one of the '012, or '012. There's no such thing as '012. The 2012 version. But yeah, and I picked up Raphael because Raphael's actually my second favorite turtle behind Donatello. Yeah, the brains and the bronze. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like Raphael. He's, you know, the hothead of the group. Reminds me a lot of Knuckles. You ever use him in TMNT Smash Up, the kind of fighting game that was made by the people who made Super Smash Brothers? Raphael's really good in that game. Yeah. So this figure, he essentially turns from, well, I say essentially, he does turn from this little cute little baby turtle to a Ninja Turtle. And yeah. And well, I guess we'll just have a look at Raph here in baby turtle mode. And I have to say, look at that adorable little face. And I think he looks a bit too mean from certain angles. He looks kind of like he's doing a grimace, like, yeah. But from head on, you can tell he's making kind of a cheery little smile. It's a nice, cute little face. Eyes, nice and cartoony. Yeah, there are gears and hinges all around but that's just for the transformation. You can see his knee pads here, what will be his knee pads. You see his belt here. Nothing can be done about that. It's forgivable compared to this, though. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can see his... Yeah, there's some kibble here. You can see his arms and his hands, and kind of see his head back there. Yeah. Yeah. Once again, much like Digivolving Gargomon, it's not... Ooh, excuse me. It's not quite like a Transformer. He doesn't exactly hide everything. I will say, though, I do like the shell detail. That's really, really nice. Just ignore this strap here. He sits well on all 4 feet. Yeah. Posability, he doesn't do a whole lot. His front feet move. I don't think his head does anything. It looks like it does, but I think, yeah, see that there? There's a certain, yeah, I mean, it kind of wobbles. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. But yeah, he's pretty much just meant to sit there. A nice, kind of a neon green, I would say. The legs don't exactly match up with the rest of the body here, but can't always get it right. There's the undercarriage. Yeah, pretty neatly hidden, aside from the belt here. And the hemorrhoid hands there are, yeah. It's not perfect, but, it's not bad. I do like the little turtle mode. I think it is really cute. I just love that little face. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty nice little pet turtle mode. Accessories, he comes with a stand, which is a broken canister with ooze pouring out. Goes right in here in his front paw. Would you call that a paw? I guess. And it's pretty nice. But in pet turtle mode, he stands all right. You don't really need it. I think this is more for Ninja Turtle mode. Also more for Ninja Turtle mode are his sai, which I do like the look on the sai. I think they are kind of, really scuffed up, and like I like the withering on the blades here. Kind of looks like a nail file here. There's the handles. Why is there a peg there? Why is there a hole there? You'll see later on. The sai are asymmetrical too, like one side, one prawn, what'd you call that? One spike on the handle is longer than the other, so you know. Yeah. Nice look on the sai. Nice brown for the shell. Some obligatory red, but you're supposed to ignore that. And nice pearly white teeth. Not much to say about the baby turtle mode. I will say this, size comparison, he seems quite big for such a little thing. There's closest thing I can compare him to would be Cheetor and Tigatron here for I forget what these guys are called. Yeah, it'll have to come back to me later, but the name escapes me. But yeah, there they are with those. Almost kind of the same size, really. Oh, here's an ideal thing to compare him to. How about another of his kin? Here's a Donatello from Mutant Mayhem, the basic Donatello. It's kind of weird. Donatello and Raphael. Donatello's a mutant, but Raph isn't. But he will be soon. Talking of which, let's get into that. So the transformation, I think, is really clever. What you want to do is erect the shell up like that. Okay. And then you want to fold down the front of a shell like that, and then you got this body horror nightmare looking at you. You want to hold onto the shell like this, and then you want to, well, okay. Oh, wait, no. You want to, yeah, the legs here are pegged in, not very well, but they're pegged in. You want to make sure you unpeg those, and yeah. I'll do that again, but farther away. Yeah. Spin this around, and then make sure, love those clicks, by the way. Yeah, you want to make sure the, well, yeah, there you go. Make sure that lines up just right. And then you want to click his waist together. Not click it together, but peg it together like that. Yeah, it's kind of an automorph kind of thing this time around. Yeah, you want to see that there? That right there, you want to make sure that pegs in nice and pegs in nicely. Want to fix the head. Flip up the bandana. Get his arms right. And then put the shell in. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to make sure that lines up just right, nice and snug. And there he is. There's Raphael in Ninja Turtle mode. He's a good size. Here's Donnie again. It works because Raphael is, you know, the big mean bruiser of the group. So, you know, I think this works quite a bit. Thank you, Donnie. Yeah. Yeah. I have to admit, not my favorite take on Raphael. That would be my favorite version of the Turtles is the 2003 version, but not a bad take on Raphael. It's still better than the series that shall not be named. The next mutation. Yeah, I had to say it. Yeah, nice look on the face there. He has a bit more of a snarky look to his face than an angry look. Yeah, he's missing a tooth. Nice look on the teeth he does have. There's the bandana, kind of shorter than Donnie's. Sorry if he's dusty. I have to get out the old paint brushes and take care of that. Yeah, his bandana covers all of his head, which I think fits him. He's got a few scuffs here and there on his shell, like here and here. Yeah. R for Raphael, or Raph. Shell pretty much looks the same. Now you're supposed to look at the wristbands, elbow pads, and knee pads, and I think they look great. There's one slight problem. He has the remnants of a parasitic twin hanging off his thighs there. That's a little freaky. His pet turtle feet are, kind of hanging off the back of his thighs there. That's a little off-putting, but it's kibble. What are you gonna do? With a transforming figure, it's kind of unavoidable. Once again, he's that bright shade of neon green. I really like it. I'm not sure if I like the neon green on him or kind of I'm not sure what you'd call that. Kind of like a light olive green on Donatello. I'm not sure which green I prefer. I think this shade of green, honestly. For posability, he's loaded. Head turns all the way around. Bandana flips, so can be emotive with that. You can look down, look up, all the way up, thanks to that joint there at the neck. Arms out, in, forward, back, all the way around. Elbow, bend, turn. He's got... That's about the closest thing he has to a wrist movement, actually. So, I'm not sure I like that. It looks like his arm is broken, but yeah, you got that. That's more so for the transformation, I think. Nothing at the waist. Swivel here. Out at the hip, forward at the hip. It's a little bit compromised, but, back at the hip. Once again, it's compromised by the remnants of his parasitic twin here. But knee bends. Does the knee... no, it doesn't look like it does. That does not look like a... No, the knee just bends. It doesn't rotate. And, there's a ball joint at the foot. And, there's also a hinge here at the foot. So, he'll do some poses for you. Check that out. He stands up great, but, just in case he doesn't for you, once again, really? I praise you, Raph. All right. Once again, he does have the ooze stand with the broken canister. I just like how it's I just like how it does that. And then you got a stand on him for him there. So, yeah. So that's nice. That's really, really nice. I'm not sure what pose that is with the legs, but let's see if I can get... Yeah, so you get the idea. He'll pose for you. He's flexible. Yeah. I like the inclusion of the stand, but, he stands up just fine for me. And then... to complete the effect, once again, you have his sigh. He can hold them like this, welcome to New York, pal. Yeah, all right. Or, you can also have him do that. And then, because he's a transforming figure, has to have some kind of element of transformation. These can combine together. Yeah, remember that peg and hole I told you I referenced earlier? You can link these together to make some kind of psi staff weapon. And can he hold it with both hands? Yeah, he kind of can. The older mutation figures kind of did that too. That their weapons kind of transformed too. Yeah. I do like how they do that. I think it's really clever, really neat. And then he does come with one more accessory. Hang on, let me get it here. I completely neglected this firsthand, but I can't believe I did that. But he comes with this. Pizza! Okay, I cannot. All right, I can do a lot of things. That meme is not one of them. Okay. Yeah, but it's a nice pepperoni pizza. I love pepperoni pizza. I love pepperoni and olive pizza. Call me a plain Jane, but I don't really like any other toppings on my pizza. Yeah, my pizza, I just like pepperoni and olives. I'm not really crazy about sausage or anything like that. I'm actually getting hungry just looking at it. Nice look on it, but also... Sorry, Raph, that's not good for eating now. I just dropped it on the floor, but... you just dropped the pizza, pal. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Um, yeah, so if you saw that, I did this. You push here, rotate here to the best of your ability. And there, you've got a shuriken star. A pizza shuriken star. Which, that is the most TMNT thing you can possibly imagine. Unfortunately, he doesn't hold it that well. It kind of looks like he... It kind of looks like he took a series of bites out of it and made himself this kind of makeshift... oh, there he's holding it. Yeah, made himself this kind of makeshift ninja star. So, you go along, Shredhead. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, and that is an older feature too. That's nothing new. That's once again something Playmates has always done, and something I hope their successors do as well. Because once again, Playmates is losing the license. Do I recommend these guys actually, because this line of figures, they're practically virtually the same. So, yeah, I say I do. These mutating figures that Playmates did, sadly, they're loads of fun. Loads of phone? What am I saying? Loads of fun. Yeah. I would actually recommend also tracking down, some of the older versions of this concept. Your best bet for that is probably going to be eBay, but actually that'll probably be your best bet for these guys too, seeing as what's happening with Playmates. But yeah, that's Tales of the TMNT Mutation Raphael. And with that is going to be a final hurrah for Playmates as the Ninja Turtle people. Who's it going to go to next? I can't say. I don't know. But whoever it is, I hope they do it justice. So, this is Green Tiger Claw Productions with, sadly, only 2 of the green teens, and we're going to sign off. Catch you later, dude.